Governor of Karnataka, Sri Vajubhai Vala, Chief Minister of Karnataka, Sri Siddaramaiah ji, my valued colleagues in the Council of Ministers, Dr. Nagendra, dignitaries on the dais, esteemed guests from all over the world, and yoga enthusiasts. It is a great pleasure and privilege to participate in the 21st International Conference on Frontiers in Yoga Research and its applications. I'm deeply grateful to Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan Samsthan for organizing this conference. Vivekananda's vision was a synthesis of a deep reading of the Indian and Western thought and drew its spirit from our ancient philosophy and knowledge. He not only made a unique contribution to the spiritual revival of India, he also placed our timeless wisdom before the world. He had a deep understanding of the beauty of human diversity and spoke passionately for unity in our world. This is a particularly special year for the science of yoga. On June 21st, more than 1 million people in 192 countries came together to celebrate the first International Day of Yoga. The overwhelming global support is a mark of yoga's growth, a growing international popularity. It is also a symbol of the universal aspiration for health and well-being. It reflects the shared global desire for balance between human and Mother Nature, and peace and harmony between people and nations. Above all, it demonstrated once again the capacity of people from different cultures to reach beyond the familiar boundaries of their lives and unite in pursuit of a larger good. It is this spirit of unity that demonstrates the timeless science of yoga. And it is this belief in the power of yoga and faith in humanity that I proposed this initiative in my inaugural address to the United Nations General Assembly in September 2014. When it comes to sustainable future for our world, a healthy habitat and happier people, a change in our way of life that influence the choices we make as individuals, nations, and global community is important. This is the recognition that is dawning on the world. And across cultures and geography, people are increasingly taking to yoga to redefine their lives, to find oneness between the inner self and outer world, between their existence and their environment. मैं आज यहाँ मेहमान बन के आया हूँ, लेकिन मैं यहाँ मेहमान नहीं हूँ। जब बहुत काम होता था तब भी यहाँ आता था, और कुछ नहीं होता था तब भी आता था। और ये भी कैसी समय की बलिहारी है कि जब भी आता था लक्ष्मी अम्मा का प्यार पाता था। और आज लक्ष्मी अम्मा के नाम पर अस्पताल उद्घाटन करना आनंद भी और शोक भी, ये मैं अनुभव कर रहा हूं। क्योंकि लक्ष्मी अम्मा की विदाई के बाद मैं आज पहली बार आया हूं, और आप में से जो लोग यहां रहते हैं उनको लक्ष्मी अम्मा का प्यार भली भांति परिचित है। तो मैं उनका पुण्य स्मरण करता हूं, उनको आदरपूर्वक अंजलि देता हूं। और ये अस्पताल जो बनेगी, ये अस्पताल सिर्फ बीमारी से मुक्ति दिलाएगी ऐसा नहीं, लक्ष्मी अम्मा की तरह भरपूर प्यार के गंगा भी बहाएगी, जो हर एक के जीवन में। The WHO fact sheet on the global burden of disease says that non-communicable diseases are the leading cause of death worldwide. In 2008, 80% of deaths due to this disease were in developing countries, up from 40% in 1990. By 2030, low-income countries will have 8 times more deaths attributed to NCDs than high-income countries. In India, cardiovascular disease, cancers, chronic respiratory disease, diabetes, and other non-communicable diseases are estimated to account for 60% of all deaths. The disease account for about 40% of all hospital stays and roughly 35% of all recorded outpatient visits. We face the tragedy of productive lives cut short and families that must deal with untimely loss. The huge toll on the economy and the excessive burden on the overstretched health system. Some studies have estimated that India stands to lose about $4.58 trillion before 2030 due to non-communicable disease and mental health conditions. So we must address the question of psychological state of our existence as much as we try to advance our physical and material life. This is where the role of yoga is paramount. Across the world, there are moving stories of transformed lives and rekindled hopes due to yoga. 21 जून योगा दिवस के कारण विश्व में एक माहौल बना, एक अपना महत्व है। लेकिन मैं अनुभव कर रहा हूं कि इन दिनों विश्व के कोई भी राजनेता भारत की यात्रा पर आते हैं तो उनके मन में एक जिज्ञासा रहती है योगा के संबंध में जानने की। योगा इंस्टीट्यूशंस के संबंध में जानते हैं, व्यक्ति के जीवन में क्या लाभ होता है वो पूछते हैं, खुद को सीखना है तो क्या करें वो भी पूछते हैं। यानी एक प्रकार से आज विश्व के मन पर योग यह समस्या का समाधान है, इस रूप में स्वीकृति मिल चुकी है। अब लोग उससे कनेक्ट होना चाहते हैं और तब जाकर के हमारी जिम्मेवारी और बढ़ जाती है। जैसा श्रीपाद जी ने कहा कि हम इतना कहकर के अब अटक नहीं सकते कि तो महान परंपरा है, ऋषियों मुनियों ने दी है, हजारों साल से चली आ रही है, हम ही इसके मालिक हैं। ये गाजे बाजे का समय पूरा हो गया। अब हमें डिलीवर करना पड़ेगा, हमें बेस्ट क्वालिटी टीचर्स तैयार करने पड़ेंगे। दुनिया के लोगों की जो श्रद्धा पैदा हुई है उस श्रद्धा को उनके स्वास्थ्य तक ले जाना पड़ेगा और तब जाकर के, और मैं मानता हूं किसी देश के जीवन में ऐसे अवसर बहुत कम आते हैं। दुनिया के बढ़िया से बढ़िया योग प्रैक्टिशनर होगा, उसके बगल में थोड़ा कम जानने वाला योग प्रैक्टिशनर इंडिया का होगा, तो वो व्यक्ति वो इंडियन को पहले पसंद करेगा क्योंकि उसको लगता है कि हाँ ये तो इसकी मालिकी है। ये मनोवैज्ञानिक अवस्था है। जबकि दुनिया के कई देश के नागरिकों ने एकेडमिक दृष्टि से, प्रैक्टिस की दृष्टि से, गिवन सिचुएशन एंड एनवायरनमेंट के संदर्भ में योग का क्या रूप हो, बहुत ही साइंटिफिक इवोल्यूशन किए हैं। आज योग ये सिर्फ भारत की संपत्ति नहीं रहा है, ये ग्लोबल हेरिटेज है। इस पर मालिकी इसके लिए समर्पित दुनिया के हर समाज की है और हमने भी जिसका इसका फैलावा हो, जितनी उसकी स्वीकृति बढ़े, इसमें गर्व करना चाहिए और तब जाकर के हम योग पूरे मानव जात को संकटों से मुक्ति दिलाने का एक मार्ग बन सकता है। The prediction of Sri Aurobindo that Indian yoga is potentially one of these dynamic elements of the future life of humanity, and that is coming true. श्री अरबिंदो ने जो कहा था वो आज सच दिखाई दे रहा है। करीब 100 साल पहले कहा था उन्होंने ये बात आज रियलिटी बनकर के उभर आई है। This discipline was not originally considered or conceived as a system of medicine, but because yoga is about a holistic lifestyle and the physical, mental, intellectual, emotional, moral and spiritual harmony, it has profound health benefits. It fits well with the change in the way that world increasingly defines health. We are no longer satisfied with just preventing and managing disease. People now demand promotion of wellness. सिर्फ रोग मुक्ति नहीं, डिसीज फ्री शरीर है इतना नहीं, उसकी रुचि वेलनेस में है, which is a healthy balance of the mind, body and spirit. We now increasingly hear voices calling for holistic treatment, which means dealing not just with the immediate ailment, but with the complete person, physically, psychologically, socially, and spiritually. Traditional Indian systems are rooted in looking at human beings in totality. They see the link between आधि, हम प्रचलित हैं आधि व्याधि उपाधि, उपाधि तो बाद में जुड़ गया, आधि are problem at the mind level and vyadhi are a problem at physical level. They probe deeper causes, not just look at the symptoms. They treat the person, not just cure the disease. They may at times take longer to take effect, but they tend to have deeper and longer impact. And they are without side effects. As I argued at the Science Congress this morning, like traditional knowledge, science has also evolved through human experiences and exploration of nature. So we must recognize that science, as we see it, does not constitute the only form of empirical knowledge about the world. And we must remember that the Western system of thought, from Hippocrates to Percival to Edison, have expressed views on health that are not fundamentally different from the philosophy of the Indian system. So along with the accumulated wisdom and experience gathered over the ages, we must also apply the techniques and methods of modern science to test and validate results, assure quality, and explain benefits. And this is why we are placing emphasis on our efforts to increase awareness, acceptance, and adoption of Ayush system of medicine. And in doing so, we will create better wellness among people, rely more on local resources, and reduce healthcare costs. We will also reduce the social and economic costs to our society and promote a more environment-friendly healthcare system. I'm not here to advocate the supremacy of one system over another. I believe that humanity is wealthier for its diversity. Civilizations, cultures, and countries have enriched each other by sharing their knowledge and wisdom. And we can progress more by learning from each other. It is in this spirit that Swami Vivekananda called for combining the best from the East and the West. So it must be in the area of healthcare. My vision for healthcare is an integrated system that understands and builds on the best and most effective of our different traditions. This is why I deeply appreciate your effort to integrate yoga, Ayurveda, naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, homeopathy, and modern medicines. By promoting researchers and doctors on one platform, you are focused on four major non-communicable diseases: diabetes, cancer, psychiatric disorders, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease is appreciable. It addresses issues that are very important. Modern systems of medicine have transformed healthcare, screening, detection, and diagnosis of disease. Use of technology has reduced barriers to accessing healthcare and improving our understanding of disease patterns. Breakthrough in medicines and vaccines have helped conquer and contain many diseases. But as our understanding of its limitation and its side effects have grown, as we have experienced the growing cost of modern medicine systems, we have begun to look beyond to traditional systems, not just in India, but in other countries as well. Their popularity is growing. Yoga is now a global heritage, and the world is embracing traditional Indian medicine with great enthusiasm. So we look to you at this conference to define the path forward in the service of humanity. I hope that health professionals, policymakers, government organizations, and industry will bridge the distance between the various forms of medical systems. I hope that you will integrate yoga and traditional Indian medicine more closely into our healthcare system and make wellness a part of life for all in India and the rest of the world. You will contribute not only to healthcare and happier life for people, but also to a more purposeful and peaceful world and a more sustainable future for our planet. Thank you very much.
On behalf